Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to look at the Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale Jason Voorhees. This is from Friday the 13th part 3, even though it doesn't say that on the box. So speaking of the box, let's take a quick look again. I like how Sideshow is consistent with their horror boxes. Again, they are pretty small, again not too thick. You can see the Friday the 13th logo right there with some blood, picture of the Jason character right there, 1/6 scale, and same on the back, and you have another cool look right there. And again, we're going to talk about that hockey mask. It's a nice shot of the character right there. So yeah, very cool box. This one came in a shipper as well. That's pretty much stored away, but since these are pretty small, I like to keep them behind the figure. I think it adds a little bit more flair to the display. So yeah, before we get into the review, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and comment below. Let me know what you think about this franchise. So yeah, let's get into the review. Okay, so here's a quick look at the accessories, and already you're gonna ask yourself, why is the original head right here? Well, that's because I have a custom head currently on my figure, which was made by Once Customs. I'm gonna show you that in a few minutes here. So as you can see, this is the original head right there, which is I mean, if you're not a big Jason fan, you're not gonna necessarily care about the accuracy, but this right here is not accurate to part 3. Back of the head is very accurate. I like the paint application, all the bumps he has on the back of the head, the straps is nice. But this, when it came out, I believe there was big issues with collectors, because the figure was supposed to have an extra head with a removable mask. Actually, he had 2 heads, 1 battle damage. I also believe he had like an extra hockey mask with like the slash from the end of the movie when that girl hits him in the head with the axe. So yeah, not a very accurate mask, as you can see here. For example, I have the movie right there. This is the steelbook version. As you can see, the mask is not close enough to like the movie. It's not that accurate. It's supposed to be a lot wider on the sides right there, which is not. So yeah, we're gonna look at and compare these two in a second right there. But a very nice head. Again, if you're not a massive Jason fan, you may not care about this detail, but I do, since Friday the 13th is my favorite horror franchise. So yeah, I also have custom pants on the figure. This is like the ones that come with Sideshow. As you can see, they're very nice. They have a slight blood effect on them, although it's very faint. The knees are dirty, so on the bottom right there, as you can see. So they're pretty cool. Almost accurate to the movie, although in the movie they are in between. They had more of a beige, bluish color, so I'm gonna show you guys that in a few seconds. He comes with the axe, which is very nice. Had some blood right there on the tip. I can focus right there. Very nice, and very nice wood grain. Also, there was an exclusive that came with the harpoon gun and an extra hand to hold the harpoon gun. Then there's obviously his machete, which is very nice. I like the metallic color. And the blood effect, it looks very fresh and detailed. Again, the wood grain on the handle is very nice. And you do have some spare hands. These are like open hands. Very nice details on those. And again, what I like about Sideshow is they include the hand peg for every hand, so that's very nice in case you break them. Again, very nice vein work right there. So yeah, not a lot of accessory. Would have been cool if we see more like the fire poker, just like the NECA figure. So yeah. Speaking of NECA, again, this is their ultimate figure. This is the 7-inch scale. I like the box. It's very holographic, like the movie poster has a 3D effect. And just to show you guys how NECA went. Again, this is the first version. The later versions have like the white bit right there for this shirt. This is unpainted. But this one has 2 head sculpts. And as you can see, the hockey mask is a lot different. It's a lot wider at the bottom, as the Sideshow one should. And these are some more accessories that would have been cool to see from Sideshow. Again, so yeah, as you can see, the pants, as I said, they have like a blue tinge color to them. which again wasn't present on the Sideshow one. So just to keep that in mind in terms of accuracy. I think NECA here did a little bit more, a better job in terms of accessories and how his shirt and pants look. So yeah, very nice. And speaking of NECA, this is their, I guess, 1-to-1 scale replica of the hockey mask, as you can see. I mean, it's difficult to see because the mask is like tucked away in the box, but it's a lot wider on the sides than the Sideshow one. But yeah, it's very accurate to the shape of the movie, all the marks right there. Again, the more the movie progresses, the more the mask gets battle damage. But yeah, just a quick look right there on how the mask is supposed to be. Again, this will change depending on the scene in the movie. Sometimes it's cleaner, sometimes it has more battle damage. Obviously, at the end of the movie, there's the big gash right there from when he took the axe to the head. So yeah. Okay, and the final accessories, again, you have this typical basis from Sideshow, again, very plain black with the Friday the 13th logo. Again, would have been cool to see the logo of the third movie, maybe like a holographic stand, but again, I have to buy a custom one for this. Again, it would have been cool, again, have the whole Friday the 13th here in red. I think that would have popped a little bit more, or maybe even include like a diorama, you know, type stand where he's in the woods with some logs. But again, this will do the job, but it's just unfortunate. Again, even like a character logo right there would have been cool. So yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. Okay, so here's the custom mask. As you can see, this one is removable because there's an actual head. This one has an actual head underneath. Again, there's some pictures of online of people that pop this you know, mask off. The head is unfinished underneath. I believe the whole mouthpiece is not present, but this at one point was meant to be removable. So as you can see here, this is obviously the Sideshow and this is my custom one from One's Custom. As you can see on the bottom right there, it's a lot wider than on the top, which on the Sideshow one is not present. Also on the bottom there's almost like this lip effect where it kind of pokes out on the sides right there. Not sure if you can see that clearly. And as you can see, this one also the eyes, the holes in the eyes are a lot smaller, and there's a lot more battle damage on this one, which is very nice. I'm not sure the material used. I think it's maybe like a thin resin. As you can see, there's the inside. There's like this foam material that protects the head, and the straps right there. Let's see the straps. Yeah, similar straps to Hot Toys. There's like a metal buckle right there on the top. But yeah, very nice mask. Again, as I said earlier, the more the movie progresses, the more the mask gets battle damage. But yeah, it's fantastic. And for those of you who don't know, Jason first gets his hockey mask in the third movie. Obviously in the first movie, we see only his mom. Then the second movie he has like a potato bag on his face. So yeah, in the third movie, that's how he gets his hockey mask. Very nice. Okay, and here's a look at the body. I'm gonna show you the custom head just after this. But again, the body, I really like the body. Again, these are my custom pants that I got off eBay years ago. I think obviously there's not gonna be a huge difference on camera between these custom ones and these. I mean, technically yes, they're a lighter color, which again I'm gonna show you guys that comparison between like how they are in the movie. Again, they're a lot closer to this. So again, I bought these pants and I did some weathering on them, especially at the bottom. Again, in the movie, at one point he has the cut on the hip right there. But again, the boots are very nice. They have this like dirty effect, some blood right there. And I like how they've actually sculpted his forearms. And these are actually painted, unlike like their new Leatherface figures, where this has a very plasticky color. They went ahead and they painted these. As you can see, I have massive veins right there. And that's the only reason, because in the movie he obviously steals the clothes, and obviously Jason was a lot bigger than the guy who he steals the clothes from in the movie. So obviously his sleeves are a lot shorter. That's why his hands stick out. As you can see, they're sculpted probably, yeah, up until there, and that's like the regular body. But I have really like this attention to detail. As you can see, same on here. Yeah, fantastic. Obviously I did some modification to the body, which I'm gonna talk about in a few seconds here. But yeah, very nice quality body, very nice joints. After all these years, this thing is still holding up very nice. So yeah. Okay, and here's the figure on the turntable. Again, this is how he looks with the custom mask. I'm gonna remove the mask here shortly. I'm just gonna do a 360 here. Again, I did some modifications. Obviously the pants are custom, the head is custom. Obviously in the movie he has this like hunch look, so what I've did is I've padded the back to make it a little bit beefier, also to give that hunch look that he had in the movie. So again, I put some foam in the back right there, also put some more foam in the shoulders to have this beefier look. Also, if you look in the movie, like his shirt was a little bit almost too small for his body, so as I said earlier, with the wrist right there, which is very accurate. Now I think the shirt is pretty accurate to the movie, although it should have been more a greener color. This is almost like a navy green, and supposed to be a little bit brighter, but as is not bad. As you can see, has some weathering. Those are actually metal buttons right there, and there's a big one. There's 3 ones that hold the jacket into place. There's the white shirt right there underneath, which is very accurate. And again, I like how they made this muscle neck right there, very beefy. And as you can see right there on camera, the color for the custom head versus the neck is not quite matching, whereas the actual figure, this is the original head, again it matches a little bit more, better with the neck. Again, it's not a big deal. So again, fantastic. I really like this body. So yeah, let's do the big reveal right there. As I told you guys, this was a custom head sculpt made by Once Customs. Again, he made different version. Obviously this is the clean look. There was also battle damage, and I opted here for the Stan Winston head, which was never seen in the movie. This was like a deleted scene. So again, this was sculpted by Stan Winston. They opted to go for the regular design. I'm gonna put some pictures above. But yeah, this thing is fantastic. It's very creepy. Again, he's missing his teeth. Again, this was sculpted in resin, so it's not a plastic. It almost has like a plastic texture, but again, so I could have gotten the battle damage head with like the cracked dome right there with blood. The problem is, in the movie he has blood on the neck, he has blood on the shirt. So again, I opted with the clean look. But I really like this thing like this, almost hillbilly. Has a messed up face, missing teeth, no hair on the head. So again, there's a little bit of a seam right there because, again, I had to remove this. This is usually attached to the neck of the figure. I had to remove this in order to accommodate the custom head. Again, it's fantastic. It still moves very nice. As you can see, I just corrected the seam right there. Again, it still has most of the articulation that the OG head had. Yeah, this thing is awesome right there. Look at that, how creepy that is. Boom. Okay, so for more reference here, this is like the Friday the 13th Bible, as I call it. If you don't have this book, guys, this is a must-need. If you're obviously Jason fan, this came out like years ago, and it's pretty much like the complete history of Friday the 13th. Pretty much talks about all the movies. I think even the remake, it's in here, which is awesome. So let me take you guys to this part right here, which pretty much talks about. And this right there, that's like the Stan Winston head. So as you can see, if I take my figure right here and compare it to that shot right there, again, this was a deleted scene from the movie, and again, that's pretty accurate right there to how it looks to the movie. Again, Once Custom is a very talented artist. I'm not sure if he's still around. I think he is. I was able to contact him in the on the marketplace to arrange this, and I have to say the head wasn't cheap. I think it was $200 or $250 to acquire this head, which was the price of the figure. So again, very expensive. Again, there's more pictures. Again, this is an extended cut, I guess, of the end of the movie where he kills the main character right there. Again. So as you can see, the color of the shirt is a little bit a lighter color than what the figure has. Let me see here if I can find more pictures. Just go back right there. If I can find more. As you can see right there, there's a good example. That's similar to how the figure looks. That's a different lighting, obviously. This obviously here from the end of the movie. As you can see, the pants right there are accurate on how mine is. And again, see that massive hunch on his back, and see how accurate the hockey mask is on the side. Again, he's a lot larger than on the top. And again, this one was directed by Steve Miner, which also did part 2. So again, fantastic book again, guys. If you don't have this, this is a must right here. I think it's still available. I'm not sure if it's out of print, but as you can see right there, fantastic. And again, a closer look at the mask right there, which is fantastic. So yeah, this is a must buy if you're a Jason fan. So yeah, very fun figure to pose. There's not a whole lot of limitations. The body pretty much does whatever you want. Yeah, fantastic. Again, I like the textures. Would have been cool to see more red ring. Again, that's something that I could do myself, as I did. Maybe I'm gonna end up doing more blood on the shirt, on the pants, just to match the shoes a little bit, make them a little bit more dirty. But as is, I'm pretty happy on how the figure came. So hopefully Sideshow's gonna give us more Jason figures now that they're gonna pretty much relaunch the universe, which like and that's called pretty much the Jason universe. Again, I'm not a big fan on that new hockey mask, so hopefully the character is gonna, you know, look better in the future movies. Also, there's a chance that was pretty much in the news a couple weeks ago that Braun Strowman, which is pretty much a WWE former wrestler, is gonna potentially play Jason. And if that's the case, that's gonna be awesome, because that guy is huge. He's like 6'6", 6'7". It's gonna be massive. You know, it's pretty much, you know, a wrestler that knows how to do you know, stunts and everything. You know, he's used to picking people up and throwing them, so that's gotta be interesting to see. But as is, this is a fantastic figure. Again, a great classic movie. Again, part 3 is where he picks up his hockey mask. So yeah, fantastic figure. Also, guys, make sure to stay until the end of the video. I'm gonna do some showcases with the figure, you know, using different lights and everything. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to again subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like, comment below, let me know what's your favorite Jason from all the movies. Again, mine is pretty much Kane Hodder from part 7. I like the whole skeletal look. As the flesh is decaying, you see his bones. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.